Welcome to another episode on my monorail built with fischertechnik, connected to a robo interface fischertechnik and controlled by a BeagleBoard Classic running Ubuntu Linux. Everything programmed in Python. Last time I had the strange results that signals were not very consistent. Like in the way that if it goes into the end of the track, you would see a very nice signal on the oscilloscope. And that was the same signal at the end of the beginning of the track, the end of the track, and on the carriage. However, what I also had seen was that the signal, as seen with the Diagnose software, which can be done counterclockwise, which means the other way, and then signals went completely well, not exactly what I expected. Also, it turns out that running the diagnosis doesn't always mean it always runs. Same thing what I already had discovered with my own program. Now, recently I received some comments on a previous episode, not the, but a previous episode, and that was one comment on the tracks. Why don't I use longer tracks, longer rods? Well, I have in the past already kind of explained that. I don't have them. And I hope to have soon the means and the opportunity to get them, but as yet no such thing. Then another comment was, why don't you say goodbye to the propellers and do you use a pulley system? While that is nice in idea, the pulley system is a completely different setup, of course, and I can use a pulley system from this side, from the other side, and then pull them. It might also be that I use the cable and then have some mechanism here through which I can well, wind the wire here and then have myself pulled back and forth, which is also pulley. However, in the current situation, I want to know more on the why and how it doesn't work. So let me first start the software, which fortunately runs, and then right here you can see that this is not exactly what I like to see. It's at 10 milliseconds, but you can see that. So if I now manually move it, what will change? Oh, and I see that the purple one, this one, doesn't give a signal at all. So that certainly isn't good. Now I see some flashes, but the signal isn't at all what I want to see. So I need to change something. The signal is now on all three probes the same, and what I had to do was move this a little bit. So now, and once again this is not right. Now it is again, and it is this probe that is somehow not quite settling. So let me see what happens if I stop the program and use the Diagnose, because this is leading nowhere. And starting a Diagnosis has also the idea that I have to acknowledge interface, which has been done now. I have to settle it on the display, and then motor 2 active. Alright, so now it's running at full speed, and the signal is the same. So there's no surprise. Now I reduce speed, 6, 5, now this is 4, 3, and now I can also change the time base and the place of the signal. Alright, that is better. And now for the blue one. I need it lower, although I still don't like it. I'll have to deal with it. And now, can I get it move forward again? Very good question. Let me try something. And this is called full speed ahead. Can I get it the other way? And this is the other way. Well, should have been the other way. So why doesn't it do now? Back to 0. And now the speed is halfway, and you get this. So there is plenty of things to check, and for now I'm still quite riddled, but let me check on the probe Is that of influence? Not really. This probe, I thought that was on influence, but it isn't now. Moving the wire is not of influence. So, what is it? Time to check for the code. Well, apart from the commands and the configurations, it still doesn't work. Although I got some nice result last time. And let me move things by hand. Alright, that's a bit better. And as you can see, once again the lights are flashing, and you see that here as well. So why is that happening? Let me pull everything back to start of the track. Run. Absolutely nothing yet. So now it runs at full speed, which is also visible on the oscilloscope. Will it run a bit? As yet it doesn't move a millimeter. It doesn't run at all. And yet it's going full speed. So let me squeeze it again. Oh, and the carriage probe is interrupted again. Why is it doing that? Yeah, well, I think I have to conclude that something is absolutely blocking the whole thing for some reason. And by the way, last time I found out that I don't actually even need the ground rod. So if I take that off, what will happen? It just goes on. The ground rod is now completely off. Not connected anymore. Now it stops. Ouch. That's the danger of separate rods. Not doing anything now. Anything at all. and it lost connection as well. Moving back and forth. Program running. What do I see? Error interface. And once again it is disconnected. Why does it disconnect anyway? I only have to move it to disconnect. Or do I? Yep, it's disconnected again. Oh, this is new. This is interesting to see. So I just move the carriage by hand and there it goes. Why is that? And disconnected. Now that is interesting. Error right into the interface. Why is that? Just by moving by hand. New experience. Well, not a really new experience, but now it dawns on me that it happens every time. So once again, starting the program, propellers are not running. Manually I move it and there it goes. So what happens with the interface? Can I do this? No, not possible. I have to do it like this. Okay, now it runs. Come on. Alright, that is what I want. Now I put it on speed 2 backwards. Propellers are not running. What is happening when I push it? In either way, it breaks. It breaks the connection. Close, open. Yeah, there we go again. So once again, okay, let me keep it this way. I put it now here. Propellers are running. Let me try to show you. Propellers are running. Manual intervention, and it immediately breaks contact. So it doesn't matter whether it is my program or the Diagnose manually moving. For some reason and it's done. How annoying is that? Full speed. Definitely full speed. Although once again I missed the speed from the carriage, but since it is running, it is picking it up. No doubt about it. So what happens? I slowly move it. There it goes. Breaking contact. Oh, that didn't take much. Neither did that. Moving it backwards. Yeah, right, it doesn't matter if the ground rail is being touched. Go for it. And end of it. One very mysterious thing coming. Why is this? Right, diagnosing a problem, and now I am getting to where I need to be. This is the end, and here I am at the beginning. Now this is something about real-time priority, which is not not applicable at all, because Linux is not real-time by itself. And if I would have something like Cinema involved, then it would make sense. I don't have it involved, so my answer is don't mention it. Then it says FT thread. Each program runs in a thread, and if you have multi-threading, you can have multiple programs running at the same time, and which has, by the way, nothing to do with the number of cores in a CPU, because a core can be multi-threading. Now I know from a long time ago that the Robo interface is single-threaded, despite Linux being multi-threaded, and this laptop is certainly multi-threaded. The Robo interface is not, it's single. It says the thread has an error writing to the interface. It exits, and then close device, error in USB release interface. Well, if it has an error running to the interface, it closes. So that is right. But why does it find an error to the interface? This is the program I've written. Well, this is output of the program. Going to the diagnosis. Stop FT transfer area, no such device. So let me go here again. Okay. Then try to move it up again. Yeah, there we go. Higher. Sometimes the mouse is a bit hesitant, unfortunately. Anyway, here we see it all, and I say alright. Speed 2, motor 2. Here you can see a nice pulse width modulation. Now with my hand I once again, okay, never mind this, it's from the carriage probe again, although if I, no, not that one, I need this one. Anyway, if I move it with my hand, what will happen? And then I will have to move this one. No, this one a bit here so I can see whatever happens. It is running now. Error writing, and it breaks connection. Alright. So for some very weird reason I move it and it breaks connection, but why is this? What happens if I don't do that? Well, it starts and tries to move along. Although I see here also something that has with the USB ports disabled by hub. Really? And you see the carriage doesn't come any closer. Running top speed. And once again FT thread. Oops. So right now I have several issues, apart still from this one stopping, and then I of course mean the propeller, and apart from this the picking up of the signal by this probe, which is then the lowest line of the three. More issues. Breaking off of the connection, which results in this well, changing LED. Usually only this flashes, and when the connection is gone both flash. Then errors in the USB hub, as shown on the terminal by now, and then I don't mean in the VNC environment, but in the serial terminal, which is this connection, is shown that it has an addressing problem from a device. And although this is a USB hub, I assume that it is this USB hub, which usually I don't show. But for now, because of this error, I think alright. This is the connecting USB hub from this cable right here to here, and then wireless, and then from this one right here, and this is power to this USB hub. Anyway, whatever the problem is, it is easily reproduced by simply moving. So for now, let me restart the software. Then I get this maximum speed, and now it stops, but I do not get an error. At least in the VNC terminal I don't get an error. Full speed ahead. Question is, does it actually go ahead? I see no error now. Do I see any light? No. Now I have light here. I have light here. Do I have light here? Yes, I do. Now it stops because of nothing in particular. It stops. Very gently move it. And that is apparently still no reason for the software to stop. And this LED is still flashing on one LED, so I think there are some questions about the API or the connection anyway. Why is this happening? Because I haven't thought on it about this before. Anyway, that is for now the end of this episode. Thank you for watching. What did I do? Well, mainly a lot of testing and finding errors. And getting me some riddles, both with diagnostics and my own software. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so, and give the video a thumbs up, like it. Follow me on Twitter, retweet and like, and follow me on Instagram and like. Give comments if you like to. I enjoy reading them. And usually I answer them, I give answers too. Please donate to keep the videos coming your way. And for donation, please see my website for more information. And this is going to be continued, obviously.